Time to take a look at the weather a little bit closer, especially when we have some Weather Whiz Kids.
Yeah, maybe we can learn a few things from Scott. And not to throw you off, Scott, but this has been bothering me all night. Okay. How do those insects know to come up every 17 years? I mean, are they really...
That part?
How do they know?
He's not an entomologist.
We don't know.
I am nothing like the guy with the tie on in that packet. Nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
So I don't know if it's a weather thing.
How do they know?
That's true. Maybe
it could be what...
We need to do some. You need to do some research.
Let's see if we can do some research before the end of the show to come up with that answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Crack research team.
Okay. You guys get to work over there. Okay. There's nobody over there. All right. Let's take. We have a Weather Whiz Kid question tonight from Koelsch Elementary.
Hi, my name is Delilah. I go to Koelsch Elementary. How much snow did we get this year?
Delilah, great question. How much snow did we get this past year in Boise? This is our trivia question. I'm going to hit this button and hope that it doesn't give the questions, the selections, and then the answer. Let's see if this works out here. Let's see if we can get the selections in. Working out perfectly. Did we have 11.3 inches in Boise? This is for the entire season, winter total. 13.4, 16.0, 19.9. Donna, Michelle, would you like to wager your guess on the correct answer?
I'm taking B.
C.
The correct answer is C, Don.
Bravo.
Boy, very nicely done. Don was out there with a ruler every morning measuring the snow to make sure it was adding up just right. 16 inches of snow, and I think just about every inch that fell caused very slippery roads every morning on the way to school. That's what I remember from this past winter. It was so cold that we were having some of those issues. But 16 inches, that is below normal. Normal for Boise is 19.1 inches. Now, it's a sliding average. It keeps adding a 30-year average, and then it just, every 10 years you get a new 30 years. And the number's been going down. It was 21 inches when I arrived here in the 90s. Now it's only 19.1 inches. And today, this year, we only had 16 inches, so a little bit below average. And, of course, the snowpack has been running below average, only around 60% or so, and that's been creating some issues indeed. So 16 inches of snow this year. Here's a graph of lots of years in the past. Hard to read all the numbers, but this is the 70s here. Here's the 80s, the 90s, and into the 2000s on the edge of your screen, right in over here. And you see the bar graphs. You get some really big years where we had a tremendous amount of snow and then less. This is the 20-inch line right in here, and so this was what was pretty close to average, and you can see some really lean years. If you grew up back in the 80s and you said, boy, we had a lot of snow back in the 80s, you can see it right in here. Actually, this is the 70s right here. Had a lot of snow in the 70s, very consistent. The 80s, there were some big years here, and then in the 90s, we had some real lean years, and very few of those years we had a tremendous amount of snow. And in the 2000s, the numbers just seem to be dwindling a little bit. So there you have it, a little below average with the snowpack snow this year.
Okay, and we got an answer on the buzz.
Your research team came up with an answer.
Yeah,
excellent.
And they said that basically the cicadas are in hibernation, and my producer can get in my ear and feed me the rest of it. No, I'm kidding. So basically they're eating on the sap, and they can keep track of when the trees bloom by eating on the sap, and when the sap dwindles, they know basically it's time to come out, and I guess that happens every 17 years.
Yeah, so they're like, hey guys, 2 more years to go.
Which one says everybody's sleeping, and so one of them has to go, let me check on the sap? Is that how this works?
You know,
but they still would have to add. They would still have to count. That's the...
These things on this Friday
I heard
night.
there'd be no math.
Yeah, no.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay.
It was supposed to be